So today we're going to look at a collection of photos that we found online at this great website called Terrible Listing Photos. And fun fact, you can actually submit bad listing photos that you find online. And so it's this gallery of great opportunities for us to talk about how things could have been done a little bit differently. And we all know the importance of marketing a home properly, especially in today's market, right? Because there is a lot of inventory and a lot of choices. And if you don't do it right, those details really do stand out. So professional photography, staging, all of those things matter more today than they ever have before. So let's get started and take a look at this first house. Okay, so house number one. Looks like we have a lot going on here. We have the washing machine and the dryer in the kitchen, right next to a refrigerator. I can't really tell what's over there. Okay, but the real showstopper is this bathtub in the corner of the kitchen living room area. And you guys can see there's no curtain, there's no privacy, there's nothing. It's just, this is where we eat and this is where we wash our clothes, which is kind of convenient, right? You can take off your clothes right there in the kitchen, get right into the bathtub. You can be doing your laundry while you're cooking, all the things, right? I can see why it made the list. This is not my ideal setup, but I'm sure it works for some people. And you can see in that top left corner of the image, it actually made it with the realtor logo on it because we should all be proud of this photo as realtors. Okay, next. Wow, so one of the things that we talk about with our sellers is the importance of preparing your home before photography, because you want to put your best foot forward when you are listed on the market. And when people see your home and they take a look at these pictures, this is you inviting them into your home. And if you don't look inviting, they're not ever going to show up and schedule a showing. The problem with this is this home does not appear to be a place that I want to be. Another thing that we'd use to guide our sellers is you want the house to feel like a bride on her wedding day. It may not actually be that clean in reality, because let's be real, all of us live in our homes, and whether you have kids or pets or family members or whoever making a mess, we understand that when we show the house, it's gonna look different than the photos, but photos need to be a bride on her wedding day. And this, my friends, is not a bride on her wedding day. The bed is not made. So many things to say here. Powder on the floor. Look, those look like trash, bugs. Can't tell. The pillow is still in plastic. That's concerning. There's just trash piled up everywhere, 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 everywhere. They didn't fix the trim around the door, which it doesn't have to be a lot of money spent, but they could have done some touch-up work and some putty to clean that up a little bit. I mean, at a bare minimum, make your bed and sweep the floor and throw out the trash. You guys, it is not that hard. Nobody's gonna show up and look at this house in this condition except for investors. And when investors see it, they automatically are gonna give you a lowball offer. So they see this as an opportunity for somebody who doesn't care and doesn't want top dollar, and they're going to capitalize on that. And so if you want that profit in your pocket and not in theirs, you need to do a little bit more work to prepare the home. Okay, this one is staged and clean and beautiful, but they have used a half gallon of milk as the staging tool, and I don't understand that. I have no problem with the furniture. I have no problem with the cleanliness. I don't understand the fan that is placed right there. It's not even plugged in if you look closely. Side tip about fans. If you have a fan in your bedroom, which a lot of people do for noise or extra airflow or whatever the case may be, put that in the closet or stick that in the garage for showings and photos. And the reason being is buyers are gonna see that and think, oh my gosh, HVAC doesn't work very well, or maybe this room gets hot, or any number of things. And so if you want to avoid that conversation, just hide it for the showings and the photos. We all sleep with them, but buyers don't want to think that there's anything wrong with the house that they're falling in love with. A gallon of milk belongs on a refrigerator, not on a desk ever, so I don't understand that. And then the chairs piled up in the corner makes me think that maybe this is an office suite of some kind, but there's a sofa right there, so I'm a little confused as to what the intention of the space is. You can see kind of a coffee table off to the side. It's just very confusing. As a buyer looking at this picture, I don't know what type of space this home is, and so you want to be very clear when you stage a home as to what the purpose of the room is so they can envision whether or not they want to live in that space. Okay, it's stairs to somewhere, but I can't tell. There's a window. The biggest problem that I have with this, I mean, it's dirty, but it looks like it's maybe an exterior or basement, some type of attic, I can't tell. The biggest problem I have with this is I don't understand where I am or what these lead to. And so your pictures tell a story. As you can see at the bottom, it's number 6 of 13. They only uploaded 13 photos. Every MLS is going to be different. The MLS that I use allows 40 photos. You should be using all 40 of those opportunities, because the more photos you put, the more of a story you can tell. So maybe they only get 13 photos in this MLS, I don't know. But this photo right here does not tell that story, and it does not make me want to come and see this house. So that's my problem with this photo. Okay, so this one, I'm not gonna call this a bad listing photo. I actually think this is a good listing photo. I just don't know that it's everybody's taste and preferences. And side note on that, in church, we talk a lot about like the core values versus tastes and preferences, right? And in this particular case, I think the core value, it's a great listing photo. It perfectly captures what this room is, but the taste and preference might not be for everybody. And so for me personally, this is not a home that I would go and visit because it's not what I want my living room to look like. But there's a lot of artistic expression and craftsmanship in this room. I don't understand why necessarily you need gates in the room, but that tile work, it's beautiful, and it took somebody a really, really, really long time to do it. And I think that this photo very clearly identifies what that room looks like. Oh, this is very colorful and it's fun. And there's so many pillows. Okay, who out there likes pillows? Who has so many pillows on their bed that when you make your bed in the morning, or when you get in bed at night, I guess is a better time, like you're just kind of throwing them all on the floor, and then you gotta find a place to put them because you don't wanna stand up in the middle of the night and go to the bathroom and like trip over all the pillows. It's a whole thing. This house has that situation going on. I like all the colors. I know I'm probably the minority here. I really kind of like it. And the wallpaper, I really like as well. I don't know that I like all of it together in this one room. I think it's a little overwhelming and your eye gets very distracted. But can I tell you about wallpaper? Have I told you all about wallpaper? I'm here to say wallpaper is coming back. And so this room right here has wallpaper, and I think it's actually really cool. I can't see it. I would have loved to see the seller take some of those things off the wall. All the horizontal surfaces, I really want to see cleared off, but I think there's some really cool and unique pieces in this room that tell a great story. So if they would have cleaned up the wall space a little bit, put away some of those pillows, maybe taken off the green blanket that appears to be covering the sofa. I like the rug. I like the piano. I think there's some awesome pieces in here that I would love to put into my personal house. I just wouldn't put them all into my house at the same time. I don't know what to think about this next one. Okay, so we have, it appears, a wet bar as well as a formal bar, but it's not just a normal island, you guys. I think this is like a jacuzzi seat, maybe? I can't tell how you get into it. I can't tell if you climb over the bar to get into it or if you can access it from the backside. The video or the picture's unclear. But more importantly, who's sitting in the tub and who's sitting outside the tub and why? And if that's your thing, that's great, but why are you eating while you're doing that? I don't understand at all. And then right around the corner is your living room where the party is also going on. So this is not a bad listing photo either. I can't really speak to the photo itself or the professionalism of the photo, but I will say that the photo accurately describes the space, and this could require some renovations for some people prior to moving into the house if that wasn't your thing. So it's not a bad listing photo, it's more of a listings gone wild photo. Okay, we have mattresses in the shower. No, this is the shower. What is this little space over here? It's vented. What is behind the mattresses? But better question, those mattresses, y'all know those mattresses are moldy. There is no way that mattresses can be in a moist environment. Ugh, I hate that word moist. There's no way that mattresses can be in that kind of environment and not get moldy. It just doesn't happen. But I want to know what's behind them, how you access it, or if they're just using that as a storage spot for your mattress. But that's gross because then you got to reuse that mattress and it's going to have all kinds of nasty growth in it. And oh, you can see the mold right there. There it is right there. No. I don't know what's behind those mattresses. I don't want to know. Oh, and let's go back. where's the toilet? Because that means that the toilet is usually in there with the shower. And so either the mattress is blocking the toilet or the toilet is across from the mattress. But either way, you know that when you flush a toilet, like microscopic particles come up. I don't need to tell you that. That's stuff that we all know. Close the lid. Even when you do that, still that mattress is... Okay, moving on. We're headed to the beach. And this is Little Mermaid style, and this is kind of fun. Okay, I love the Little Mermaid. Side note, that is like part of your world. I could sing that jam. I have 4 girls. We have a fun time with it. I can't sing. I would give my left arm to be able to sing. I am such a bad singer. God did not give me that gift, but I jam out to Little Mermaid. And so if that's your thing, we should be friends. This bathroom is awesome. And I would have Little Mermaid theme music playing all day long, because how could you have the bathroom and not do that? My light switches, these light switches, they are bedazzled. They have some jewels on them. The towels all match. There is a curtain. What's the fancy word for the curtain at the top of the window? Valance? I can never pronounce it right. Anyways, they have one over the shower. It probably gets in the way when you open the door. I can't tell. There's a pillow hanging in the corner. This is awesome, you know, in case you need to take a little rest while you're in there. That's cool. What's really gross to me though is the rug on top of the toilet. I don't like those at all, because it's not even a fitted rug. It's like, well, you can see it. It's draping over the side. You guys, if y'all haven't figured it out already, I have a real big problem with germs and bathrooms and toilets, and it all freaks me out. And public restrooms, like I am clinically probably struggling in that area. So I have a problem with this bathroom for a lot of reasons, but not because of the decor. I actually really like the decor. And if I wasn't so embarrassed, I would sing Part of Your World right now, because now it's in my head and I really want to sing it. Okay. So we're just gonna skip right over this one because we are a family-friendly show. Okay, moving on. Are these swords or... I can't tell. Oh, no, it's art. It's art. Okay, it's in the corner. It's a sculpture. Yeah. Okay, I see it. You can tell that my forte is not art. Look at the fan blades. I can't tell. Is that just... There's something funky going on with this picture. I can't really tell what is happening. So if I can't tell, other people can't tell. But here's what I will say. Pets do not belong in photos. This dog may be so sweet and so cute and lovely, but he doesn't come with the home and therefore he doesn't belong in the photo. Some people aren't dog people and some people don't want to go into a house where a dog is. And so if you're listing your home and you have a pet, make sure that the animal is removed from the house prior to photos, and then make sure that the animal is not in the house during showings, because there's nothing worse than showing up to a house where a dog is in a kennel and it just barks the whole time that you're there. Even if you are a dog person, nobody wants to talk over or listen to a dog barking for 20 minutes while you're in the house. And I understand, please don't come after me, that people have to work and it's hard and you don't know what to do, but there are like doggy daycares and you can do that as an option for showings the first couple days or weeks if you need to. Family, friends, neighbors, putting them in the car, working from the car, driving around the block. Just do what you can to make the experience for your buyer as lovely as possible, because they have a lot of choices right now. And like I said in the beginning, details matter. This, I don't have a problem with the space, the layout, or anything like that. I just have a problem with the lack of preparation on behalf of the seller in this situation. I mean, it looks like they have some young kids, which is great. They've got the basketball goal, they've got the TV, it looks like a playroom. All things are great. Dining room chair, I mean, it's great windows, great light. You can see toys in the corner. I don't have a problem with anything other than this right here, and that is just close the cabinets. And if they don't close properly, first of all, you need to disclose that in the seller's disclosure. But then after that, take some like something sticky or tape or clear tape or something and just close it for the photo, because this right here tells me that the rest of the home probably has deferred maintenance. And that's not the first impression that you want somebody to have. You don't want to hide anything. Please don't hide anything from your buyers, because that's a lawsuit waiting to happen. But having it properly presented in a photo, there is absolutely nothing wrong with that. So get it to where it looks good and then disclose it in your seller's disclosure. And a towel right here, there's absolutely no reason for that. I can't imagine why you wouldn't need to take that down unless it was hiding something behind the towel, and that's what it tells me. So wrap those cords up behind consoles that are right there, put the towel away, vacuum the floor so that there's some vacuum lines in it, and then somehow get those cabinets to close up. A magic eraser might also be your best friend because it looks a little dingy right there around the door, which is where everybody puts their hands. It's so normal. I was at a listing yesterday where I took a magic eraser over and I was scrubbing it down while we were doing the photos. And so it's so normal to have that wear and tear on a house, but it's all about just getting it prepared and ready for photos and for guests, because at the end of the day, you're welcoming them into your home and you want them to like it because you want them to buy it. This is not a terrible listing photo. It does accurately show the condition of the home. The condition of the home is not great, and that's fine. Not every home is going to be in picture perfect condition, and we take everything that we can to help prepare a seller's home as best as possible, because at the end of the day, your home is your biggest asset and we want you to maximize your profit as much as possible. So in looking at photos like this, it's not about being derogatory towards somebody's home or condition of the home or anything like that, but it is about showcasing the home as best as possible. And in this situation, I would have removed the walker because the walker does not add to that. The walker doesn't convey with the space. And so there's no reason for it to be there. I might have taken the picture from the other side so that the glare wasn't coming through the glass, because it just doesn't do the picture any favors. I would have cleared the stuff off of the shelves and out of the corner and off the top of the shelf right there. But other than that, I mean, the room is what it is and the condition is what it is, and you can't change that. All you can do is maybe help that seller get it to a level that it needs to be. And if it means that you take a Swiffer over there or a mop over there and help them out because maybe they have that walker and they're not able to do it themselves, then that sometimes is just what we need to do as listing agents. The photo's not bad, it's just not the best angle for it. Okay, where am I? I don't know what I'm looking at. I can't tell if this is a manufactured home or like a converted, I don't know what this is. I mean, there's a front door, so it's clearly a home of some kind. I don't know, without seeing the other photos for this listing, I don't know exactly what this home is. Advice for this home would be mow the yard, because I see that it's not freshly mowed, and again, details matter. And then pick up the bag or the satchel or whatever that is right there in front of the door, because it doesn't belong there. Outside of that, the condition of the home is what it is. Helping your seller understand that regardless of what the home looks like or the price point or anything, there are things that you can do that don't cost any money. And that would be picking up your personal belongings and mowing the yard. Maybe that red toad over there in the corner too. This is somebody's backyard and I don't love it. It does not make me want to come out there. This looks like a trip hazard right there. The yard is not mowed. The weeds have not been pulled out of the cracks of the patio. It could use a really good pressure washing. I mean, you could go so far as to say to stain the fence, but let's assume that money is the concern here. They need to sell it to get out of it. Back to things that don't cost any money, I would say mow the yard, pick up the trash, pull the weeds, right? Super simple, takes a couple hours. If you're not able to do it personally, friends, neighbors, family, church, anybody can help you with that. None of that stuff is difficult or hard to do if you have the right support system behind you. But this backyard does not speak to me, and I think that just those few small things, those few small changes really could change the backyard a lot. What is that? Is that sangre or paint? I don't know, but I don't like it. It makes me very uncomfortable. There are companies out there that specialize in hazmat cleanup. So if this is your situation, and if that is what I think that it might be, you definitely want to call one of those companies, because that's a biohazard. And you don't want people coming through your house walking across that. No, that needs to be cleaned up and properly treated. And if it's not that, and it is in fact paint because your daughter likes to paint like my daughter does, there are certainly ways that you could maybe share that information with a caption or maybe a piece of paper that you put on the floor next to it that says this isn't what you think it is. We did that on our listing. Actually, the back door glass is broken because the wind caught it and it slammed and it shattered the glass, and we just haven't been able to replace the glass because other things have taken priority. Anyways, long story less long, I put a piece of paper on the door that says, "Don't worry, house was not broken into. The wind caught the door, right? Because the last thing I want is for a buyer to think that somebody broke into the house and, you know, now we've got this piece of plywood up and a piece of whatever. Just tell people what happened. Most people are so reasonable. They just want to understand and know. The number one reason that people get sued is because they don't disclose the information. And so if you tell somebody this is paint and it's not paint, guess what? The neighbor is going to tell them. That's the very first thing that neighbors love to share is, hey, did you know what happened in this house? Don't hide things, over disclose, and you're usually going to be in pretty good shape. One more thing on this one. Sorry, I just can't stop there. This stairway could really use an additional railing. This seems very unsafe. Now the carpet looks super plush, and so, you know, if you fell, it may not be as hard of a landing as I'm afraid of, but that's really scary. So note to sellers and buyers, please be careful if you are viewing this home. Okay, I think this is just a really functional layout of a very tight space is what this feels like to me. We've got either a washer or dryer right there. We have a really condensed area for a sofa, but they're making it work. There's a table over there, and then right around the corner is the stairs. I think this is just a very small footprint for an apartment or a condo, I can't tell, where they're making it work. So I would say that this is a good listing photo. The lighting is good, it's clean, there's no extra accessories, and so people are able to envision themselves living in this home, and I don't have any issues with this photo at all. This is we have a toilet on the stairs with the lid up. Please put your toilet lids down. Like, we'll just take out the fact that the toilet's on the stairs and you've got to pass by somebody if you're running up or down the stairs. But please put your toilet lid down. Nobody wants to see that, not in photos and not during showings. Just close it. Put your toilet paper away. People don't want to see that. The floor plan is what the floor plan is. Like, none of us understand why a toilet is in the middle of the stairs. Some of this, you know, who knows what's AI these days and what's not, but just close the toilet lid. That is so gross. So gross. I had to zoom in because I wasn't sure what that was standing there. I like these chairs. Those look super comfortable. But like once you're in them, how are you gonna get out? I would be falling out of those chairs. Okay, I actually really like this photo. I think that it is well done. I think it captures all the angles of the walls. I think they have very interesting choices in artwork that I don't necessarily share a preference for, but I do like the colors. I like the lighting. I like the warmth of the space. I like everything about this. No issues at all. This gentleman is either the seller or, yeah, he's probably the seller. And I don't know why he's in the photo. He probably thinks that he's standing out of the way of the photo. The poor gentleman has no idea that he's being captured and made fun of all over the internet, so I kind of feel bad for him. But shame on this photographer for not shooting the room at a different time or a different angle when maybe he wasn't standing right there gazing out the window. If you haven't done this before, the way it happens is we show up for listing photos. And we always ask our homeowners to vacate the property. And whether they stay on site, you know, just outside in their car or front porch or whatever, that's fine. I understand it's your home and you want to be protected and have that. But we don't want you as part of the photo because you're not going with the house. And so we want to make sure that you are out of that shot. And my photographer, God bless him, would never do this. So professional photos matter. This looks like potentially a photo that was shot on somebody's phone. I can't imagine that any professional photographer out there would have done this. So professionals matter. And if you are hiring a listing agent, make sure that they are willing to spend the money for the professional photos, and this is why. Okay, other things to note in this photo, now that I've gotten off of that soapbox. The cords. People don't realize how much cords just jump out at you in photos. And so if you can, tuck the cords behind whatever desk, side table, television, whatever it is, tuck them behind there as much as possible. Computer cords that run underneath the desk, that's a pet peeve of mine. I know that you need a cord to power the computer, I get it, but you don't need it right in that moment for the photos. And so if you can unplug the power cord from the computer, tuck it away in a drawer, take the photo with just like a computer sitting on a desk, that's the better way to do it. If I had this computer and these cords running all over the table right now during this video, you would know what I'm talking about. But please make sure that you tuck your cords away as much as possible. You can thank me later. Okay, this is not in my area. It's very obvious because we don't have houses like this. But again, yard cleanup. Just a little pressure washing here and there, mowing the yard, pulling the weeds, trimming back these bushes over here. You can do so much to this courtyard to make it look beautiful. You could even move these trash cans and this freezer, I don't know what that is, but you could move that whole trash pile, everything, even if there's no other place to put it. Like even if there is no garage or shed or anything on site to put it there, move it to the other side of the building, take the photo, and then move it back, right? The goal of photos is to get people through the door. And all you need to do is make the property seem enticing enough to get them out of bed looking online at homes and scheduling the showing with their agent to come and see your house, not the house next door. And so when they get there, they're gonna understand that real life happens because everybody has a trash can and everybody has stuff. And if you don't have a place to put it, it's gotta go somewhere. Your job when taking photos is to properly prepare so that you can best showcase your home and get people through the door. Now this one, this is why it's important to hire a professional. Because yes, we all know that AI can do amazing things. This is virtual staging gone wrong because no, that is not what a sofa looks like in a living room if you're actually standing there. The perspective is all wrong on this picture. So there are companies out there that do virtual staging. And if you are not somebody who is experienced in that, please do not try to add virtual staging using AI to a photo that you took on your phone. It's gonna come out looking like this. There are some agents that do virtual staging on every listing. I personally do not do virtual staging at all. I've chosen that business decision that I don't do it. I don't like it. I don't believe that it works as well as staging a home properly. The whole point of staging, if you don't know, it is not to convince somebody to like your design style. It is to help somebody visualize the space. And when you walk into a vacant living room, a lot of times buyers will say, well, will my sofa fit in here? Hold on, let me measure it. I'm not sure. And where would we put the TV? And what does this look like? And it's very hard for them to imagine living in the space. If you have furniture in there, good, bad, ugly, dirty, whatever the case may be, if the furniture exists in the room, then they can very clearly see, oh, our sofa's bigger than that. Ours is gonna fit just fine. Or, oh my gosh, there's no way my stuff is gonna fit. I'm gonna need to buy that. Okay, I need to factor that into the budget. These are all conversations that we have with buyers every single day. And so staging is so important in helping buyers visualize the space. And that's why statistically a staged home will sell faster and for more money. And it's because it just feels more inviting. A dark, vacant home, when we walk in and it's been locked and we have to first get there and turn on all the light, it just feels very cold and uninviting. If you walk in and you see furniture, again, I don't care what the furniture looks like. If you walk in and see furniture, it automatically feels better. Okay, hold on, let me, no, it's not my glasses. You guys, this photo is blurry. It almost looks like, hold on, let me zoom in. Yeah, it says something Valley Board of Realtors. Okay, this is real. It's actually, in fact, a real listing photo that somebody thought was appropriate. And it almost looks like they were running and taking a photo at the same time. Don't do that. Like, just stand there and take the picture. And if you don't know how to look, I'm the most basic person ever. My brother used to make fun of me for how little I know about technology, but even I know that if you tap on the screen of the camera, that it focuses for you. It's this really cool trick. And so there is no excuse for this lack of professionalism. And I joke, but you guys, this is the reason that agents get a bad rap. We are professionals. Did you guys know? Okay, I met with somebody the other day. As listing agents, it is our job to do whatever it takes to get the home sold. We have a fiduciary duty to our sellers. And so I got a call from somebody who wanted to see one of my listings, and they said that they did not have an agent. And so my job is to go and show that property to that person on behalf of my seller. Now, I greeted him, and you know what he said to me? He said, "You are the most professional agent I have met yet." And I said, "Thank you. I try, of course. Thank you. I appreciate that. But also, please tell me what you mean because we just met. I don't understand." And he said, "You answered the phone." Guys, how hard is it? Pick up your phone. You introduced yourself. Hello. Basic manners that we all learned. And he said, "And you didn't try to sales pitch me." He said, "I just wanted to see the home and you didn't try to push me into working with you." And so this right here is an example of why agents get a bad rap. We don't act like professionals. And it is not hard to take a good listing photo. If you don't have the budget to hire somebody, at least take a clear listing photo. I could go on and on and on about this all day long, but professionalism matters, details matter. These are some really fun and quirky and concerning examples of things not to do when putting photos up on your home. My eyes are still a little bit blurry from looking at that last photo, but if you made it this far, thanks for watching. It really does make a difference. I hope you had some fun looking at these photos. Part of it I think is funny, part of it is concerning. I expressed a little bit of concern for the lack of professionalism that some agents in our industry have shown by posting these photos. More than anything, I just want to have a little bit of fun, make the selling process a little bit less stressful, and then also give you some tips and tricks if you are in the process yourself. So again, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.